Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your love and romance reading for the month of February. So, this is going to be short and sweet messages for you. And this applies to anyone you're thinking about that you have near and dear to your heart. The month of it's not only about love partners, it could be around friendships in your life, it could be family relationships as well. So it could even be the relationship, sorry, with yourself. So let's get started here. So I'm going to just clarify it with other cards, but I have the basic love and romance angel messages for you. Oh, wow. Okay. So we're starting off on a good note here. Soulmate. So, yes, this is your soulmate. So, someone you are thinking about that you do have near and dear to your heart, this is a confirmation that they are, in fact, your soulmate. You've lived lifetimes together, okay, or one or two or more lifetimes. But this is a person where you felt really comfortable being with them from the beginning. Like it didn't take too long. You just felt in their presence a knowing and just a comfort. That's what we feel when we meet soulmates. We don't know the person, but we just have this sense that we just feel we know them. And to other people, this might sound crazy when you explain it to them, but this is what it is, okay? So, you could feel like this with like a friend when you hit it off right away. But basically, this person, whoever it is, they feel like a family to you. And I'm seeing here the Greek symbol in the back there, the building. So maybe you knew them from ancient Greece or Rome or somewhere around there. This doesn't have to be for everyone. It's maybe for those that you really felt pulled to these destinations. So why not take a visit one day? um, so this is the thing with soulmates. There's different kinds of soulmates. There's karmic, there's primary, and there's twin flames. You're gonna know what this is. Usually, the ones that you feel drawn to, you're attached, but they're a little bit toxic, and you can't let go. Your logic is telling you gotta let go, but something's pulling you there. This is because you have unfinished business and you still need to learn some lessons being in that relationship. Once those lessons are learned, you won't feel attracted to this person afterwards. So if there's someone around you right now and that's your situation, because for some this could be very beautiful. It's the person of a lifetime they're with. And those are primary soulmates. Primary soulmate is someone that, you're meant to go the long haul. It's like a healthy soulmate relationship. But then the other ones come in where you did know them from past lives, but those past lives maybe weren't that good. There has been imbalance, and you reincarnated in this life to bring back the balance into your union, especially if it was left with unresolved feelings. So you're going to know how this applies, and it's a signal to you that yes, this is your soulmate, and if you do fall in that category where it feels a little toxic, then you still have some work to do, or you're learning how to solve this situation because this card is falling in your past energy. So I feel like a lot of you are learning from this and you're letting go slowly, okay? So beautiful here. For those who don't have anyone, you're going to meet somebody new, okay? This is what I'm getting with this card very soon here. So if you felt a little bit hopeless, or a little bit your love life is dull, or you feel you're never going to meet anyone, you couldn't be more wrong. Okay, so the angels here, they're telling you that someone is coming. You just need to focus on yourself, and you need to do things and experience life with joy right now. Okay, so engage in things that bring you passion and joy to your heart, that you feel happy doing. Okay, because nobody wants to come hang out with like a negative Nancy or someone in a slump. People approach you, if you've noticed in your life, when you're in high spirits and you're feeling good, people are attracted to that. Okay, so make sure you follow your heart, do what you love to do. Okay, be confident, independent with yourself, and you're going to attract someone from that, I feel. So clearly decide what you want it saying so that it comes to you now. All right. Yeah, for some of you, maybe you're not sure what it is that you want, and that's okay, because it comes with time. Maybe some of you are focused to find your purpose with work. Maybe some of you are dealing with family situations or something. But, others of you, you could be waiting for to see a soulmate. I know a lot of us have been a bit separated with this pandemic. For those of you that you have people abroad and you're not able to visit them, some people have gotten stuck, right? But this is saying soon the door is going to open. So I do feel that some measures will be lifted coming in the spring months. I'm sensing more, okay? Um, but yeah, please do not worry. It's saying have faith, and you will be connecting with this person very soon. Either you're going to go visit them, you might meet halfway, or they're going to come visit you, okay? So somebody is coming very soon into your life. But for others of you, you might want to reflect on, some of your past situations with your soulmates, who you've been attracting, what patterns have you played as a part of these relationships, what habits maybe do you need to cut out of your life, so you can attract something beautiful and healthy as well. So a lot of you are in that reflection stage where you're just kind of meditating on what kind of partner or what kind of life do you really see yourself living. And once you have a better idea, then you're gonna choose people with a stronger intention. You're gonna say, okay, is this person serving long-term goals? And I always suggest to look at, like, approach life in that way. Whether it's hanging out with friends, with anybody. Like, ask yourself, is this what I really want to be doing at this time? Is this person bringing any value in life? Are they leading me? Am I doing things with them that are leading me to my best life, right? And the life that I want to live. All right, guys. So some of you doing some soul searching, and that's fine. Wow. Okay. So you guys have one of the best readings so far. A lot of the other signs had a few issues. I'm not going to lie there, but yours is pretty positive overall. You have soulmate very soon. For some, this is very obvious. You're gonna connect with a soulmate very soon, and it's going to be a very passionate union or coming together. Okay, so maybe you've been talking online, messaging each other. There's been like a buildup of anticipation and just like energy. For a lot of you, this is like also could be like sexual energy. And that's fine, whatever floats your boat. If that's all you're looking for, it's okay as long as you're on the same page. But it's saying here, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. All right. So this is saying for you to be in the moment when it comes to your relationships. Try for some of you, you've been focused or worried too much about the future, or maybe seeing a certain outcome and wanting to know for sure where it's like going to go. And sometimes we can't plan everything. We just have to go with the flow of things and see where they lead, because it is the journey a lot of the time than the actual destination. So are you having a good time? Are you having fun with this person? That's what's important. Obviously, if they're bringing down your energy, because some passions, they could get toxic. Okay, so you want to make sure it's still like it's nice and light and fun, and you're enjoying yourself. If there's deception, betrayals, if there's dishonesty, then that doesn't become fun. I mean, it could be this roller coaster ride of this on and off thing, but in the long haul, is that something you really want? Okay, so if yours is like this, then it could be like addictions too, affecting your life, of maybe feeling that abandonment addiction and then refilling that void, right? So be very careful with this, and just make sure to see which category you're in that I'm talking about. Okay, it's good. There's good passion and just enjoying the moment fully with the person you love, and maybe it's someone short term and you're just having a good time, but you need to catch it and understand where something is becoming toxic, if it's a like a bad kind of passion. Okay, I mean, passion is passion, well, in any category, but I mean, you got to weigh your options, if you're experiencing more negativity with this, or if it's more fun, right? If you obviously have proof of something bad that happened, then obviously I wouldn't suggest to continue this passion, okay? Because it could be destructive in the long haul. Um, and something else I wanted to say with this card here, before I just pull some clarifiers. Oh, yes. Okay. For those of you who are in a relationship already or in a solid commitment and it's good, or maybe you've been feeling like it's been a bit dull, or you just feel like bored in some way, this is also a warning. You might get tempted in the coming month or months. So be very careful when, like, maybe a new person might come in to stir your emotions or your passions. And really ask yourself, is this worth jumping into and ruining, what it is you already have? Okay, so be very careful with this. If it's like someone trying to charm you, okay, ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? So maybe it would be a good moment to actually reflect with your own self and see if you could bring a conversation with your current partner and bring some things to the table that you need, okay? Because there could be something you need that maybe you haven't expressed to your partner, and maybe your partner has no idea, or maybe um, it's just something where you feel a lack in your current relationship that needs expressing, okay? And once that's solved, you might even not be attracted to this new thing that tries to lure you in. So just be very careful, and know the consequences too. If you jump into something aside from what you already have, most of the times the truth comes to light and things become exposed. So ask yourself, is this worth the risk, kind of thing? So this could also be a warning for you to be very cautious, okay? I know fire signs could get swept up if there's no adventure or passion in their life, but it's not worth the feeling afterwards sometimes, especially if it's not something of integrity and truth. Okay, so just be mindful there. I'm going to pull a past life for you, a past life card, to see what's affecting this relationship, or maybe what's coming in from previous lifetimes. Okay. Okay, so you have mother. Okay, so in a past life, I do feel that a lot of you, it could be that you were a mother, or like maybe you were a feminine in that lifetime, and you were taking care of children. So you were the mother of this person's children, and some of you might have this calling to maybe have children with this person. Okay, um, for others of you, if you're not ready to have children, this could be a really like a wind world romance, and it could be a lot of passion, but it could also bring a little surprise with babies. Okay, so if you're not ready, that's also, just be careful there, okay? Because you do have this like feeling to maybe bring in children into the world with this person, okay? You have these nurturing qualities. Even if you're a man listening to this, you have these nurturing qualities that you're able to bring to children in the world, or guide children in some way. Some of you could have been a teacher in a past life, or taking care of children. But also for the men listening, this could have been the mother of your children in that past lifetime, and you feel that need to really maybe settle down with this person. All right. For others of you, you're analyzing the relationship with your mother in this lifetime, okay, and how you viewed your mother in your life as a child in this lifetime. Okay, so there is some like, for some of you, I'm seeing your mother is also obviously your soulmate, because our parents, we usually know them in previous lifetimes. So you did have a contract with your mother in a past lifetime. So if this was a bad relationship with your mother in a past life, for those of you who have obstacles in this life with your mother, this is saying you're here to solve them, okay? You're here to do another contract with your mother and to solve any issues from previous lifetimes, all right? That's the other thing. And if it's a good relationship, let's say you were friends in the past life with your mother, then you would have a more pleasant relationship with your mother in this lifetime, okay? So I'm getting like a family situation, but I'm also getting um, like, between spouses as well. Like this person was the mother of your children. So you could be seeing how your mother played a role in this lifetime when you were a child, which affects the way you view relationships. Okay, so that's going to be different for each person. Okay, in the way maybe you connect with women in this life, um, or even men, right? But you're going to have to explore that a little bit because that's going to be very different for each person. And family situations could get a little bit heavy. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to check now what card you have, the main overall message, and then we're going to end it with a tarot message, the energy here. All right, let's see here. All right, so your main energy this is perseverance. All right, so you're going to go the long haul. You're going to be disciplined in whatever it is that you're doing, especially regarding your love life. I feel like for a lot of you, maybe this requires some work and you're ready to, go the long haul with this person. See, especially if they're a person that you're going to make family and you're going to have children with. So this is saying that, and if you already do have children and maybe there's been a bit of an obstacle, I know you've had obstacles too with the whole getting adjusted to this pandemic thing, but you're putting in the effort, you're going the long haul with this, and it's a part of your life purpose in this life, I feel, to experience this because it's going to give you a strength of character and it's part of your soul growth, this perseverance. And you're going to come out of it stronger, whatever it is that you're going through, that has to do with really disciplining yourself and doing the work, okay, in any of the relationships you might be thinking about, okay. This is a sign for you to not give up, and keep going, okay. For those of you that maybe there's even children involved, so that's going to apply to someone that knows, I feel like I need to keep going, okay. So that's your calling there. All right, guys, let me check now with your tarot message what's going on here. Tarot message for Sagittarius. Oh, I feel like this one. Okay, this one needs to come out. All right. Okay. So I'm using the art of love tarot, beautiful deck here, and you have the acceptance. So this is the temperance card in the Rider-Waite. And this one looks a little different, but you're seeing here it's like a meditation pose and with the lotus flower. Um, I'm seeing someone sitting very still and calm, and there's some chaos around them. So you're learning to be at peace and calm, and you're trying to get that within, no matter how crazy the world is around you right now, okay? Especially if in a family unit, you're trying to find your peace, okay? But this is saying, moderation as well and being patient. You see how it connects to the perseverance card? So something requires some patience in regards to this relationship, and you're learning the virtue of patience and waiting, okay? And then also I'm hearing here, maybe learning even to control your passions, okay? So even for some, this might be go for it, explore your passions. For some of you, maybe if you were jumping into things a little too quickly in the heat of a moment, maybe you were reacting instead of responding. This is saying to hold back, to weigh things, meditate on them, and then come back to the situation. But it's moderation. It's not too much, not too little. Okay, and you're kind of practicing that give and take in your relationships where you're coming into balance and you're not overgiving, especially if you were overgiving before, but also you're making sure to give a little more if you were the one on the receiving end, okay? So that's going to open up your heart chakra a little more, and you're going to be a little bit more compassionate. But for others of you, you're coming into acceptance with a situation. You're saying, okay, the way they are, that's how they are. I'm just going to have to make a decision now. This is it, what it is, the circumstance. It's up to me to decide, because if you've been in a toxic situation, maybe you've been hoping for change in the other person, or maybe you're trying to maybe see a different behavior from them, but this is asking for you to take a step back and adjust your behavior in this situation and accept the reality for what it is. Okay, so for those of you that are listening, this would apply to you. Okay, so if you've been getting stressed out because you're waiting for some other person to change your behavior, okay, then you need to take a little bit of a step back and give them room to see for themselves. Okay, so what are you going to do to bring joy and peace and harmony in your life? Okay, so this is understanding that taking your power back and not placing your happiness in another person's hands. Okay, it's nice to experience love and joy and share life with another person, but you know, if you're in a situation where you're waiting for the other to finally give you that happiness you need, then it's time to step back and kind of look in yourself, where you could feel that happiness for yourself. And if it's something toxic, then what are you going to do to prevent that toxicity from entering your heart or your life? Okay. And that's where you need to put some boundaries and block it off in some way. Okay. So that's for people that um if it's like toxic and you're not having a great time and you're letting your passions run and it's kind of getting out of hand. So um you need to look at the situation for what it is, all right, and try to see what you can do and what you control to maybe bring in some balance around this. All right, guys, so I'm seeing health and well being coming in and more balancing of energies. This is beautiful. Some of you might be even meditating on what you want to do on your maybe specific partner you want to bring in. I'm seeing you more focused overall. So, you guys have a beautiful message. I wish you all the best. Happy day. Bye bye.